Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I'm going to introduce you guys my audit report. My name company is Metal Industries. My subject audit is metal bending and rolling. My participant is Muhammad Hazmi bin Shaharuddin, Muhammad Nur Aiman bin Rozali, Muhammad Hazmi bin Shaharuddin, Muhammad Qatada Imaduddin bin Muhammad Fazil. And last one is Muhammad Hidayat Fathuddin bin Hisham. My lecturer's name is Shamsul Effendi bin Abdul Hamid. Date of audit is 30 September 2023. 1.0 Introduction. 1.1 Background of case. The report is focusing on the metal bending rolling in this shipyard. They are issued the report recently where our personnel had been warded for injury during work. The task force present a hazard audit plan, finding and proposal. To the issue before the upcoming meeting of the safety committed the audit will establish whether all of the machinery and the environment in the steel cutting workplace are secure and appropriate for all workers. Additionally, the audit will conduct HIRAC to solve the incidents, case, and reduce the incident. 1.2 Scope of audit. This audit report will be done at metal rolling bending workshop. As the work, the task force will observe to see everyone is following the rules and whether the machine is in good condition or needs to be maintained. 1.3 Purpose objective of the audit to the head to identify hazards related to security and health in metal railing bending workshop, to access risks associated with safety health of the workforce, to propose the hazards control for a guarantee employee safety at work, to plan for hazards control monitoring and assessment to prevent any accidents while working and evaluating effectiveness.
2.0 Audit Planning. Audit Strategy and Schedule. The objective of the audit is to set the effectiveness and compliance of metal bending or rolling workshop. Financial report and internal control. The audit aim to provide reasonable assurance that the financial statements are free from material misstatements and that the company is operating in accordance with relevant law, regulation, and industry standards. Audit Schedule. First, planning. 2. Hazard identification. 3. Risk assessment. 4. Risk control. 5. Post-audit monitoring. 2.2 Auditing. Auditor will be involved as in schedule. Auditing. Planning. Make a preliminary plans and discussion. Hazard identification. Identify potential and existing risks. Risk assessment and control. Following observation, provide feedback on risk assessment and control. Post-audit monitoring. Make inference from evidence at hand. 2.3 Audit checklist. Planning. 1.1 Meeting for task distribution and audit strategy. 2. Hazard identification. Site inspection and observation. 2.2 Staff interview. 2.3 Report on document inspection. 2.4 Hazard information data and gathering. 3. Risk assessment regulation. Risk control for 4.1 Risk control provision. 4.2 Risk control implementation. 5. Post-audit monitoring revisit hazard. 5.2 Evaluate risk. 2.5 Hazard inspection. 1. Danger while taking material. Hazard injured can be injured. Possible injured damage should be 2 months. 2. Danger of start bending. Hazard back pain. Possible injury lifetime pain. 3. Danger of while taking material. Material fall on feet, wound on the leg. Hazard interview form. First, job function. A. What's your task? Job. What's your task? B. How long have you been working? C. How long will you working? Work activity. Explain step by step your work activity. How about the rest of it? Document. Any related SOP. D. Any related safety form. Okay. 4. Training. Any safety training. D. Any missing or equipment training. 5. Accident. Any accident or any accident happen. D. How you report accident. Highlight. 4. First, hazard identification. Work activity. Danger while taking material. Hazard finger can be injured, which can affect germs can spread through wounds. Space control require workers to wear safety gloves. 2. Danger of start bending. Hazard back pain which can affect lifetime pain. So it's control. 3. Danger of while taking material. Material fall or feed on the leg. This control consequences. Likely, first unlikely, 2 low probability, 3 possibility, high probability, almost certain. Severity is significant near miss discomfort. Minor, moderate measure, catastrophic. This control eliminate substitute isolation, eliminate control, administrative control.
3.0 Audit finding. 3.1 Type of hazard and possible injured. Possible injured, finger can be injured. Hazard, finger injured range from minor cut and scrape to wound which significates damage to bone, tendons and ligaments if not treated properly. Seriously finger injured can lead to permanent deformity and loss of function. Possible injured, back pain, hazard, excessive bending and twisting also increase the risk for back injury. For most work, lifting load over 20 kg result in increased number severity of back injured. While the weight of the load the most obvious factor, it is not the only one that determines the risk of injury. Possible injured, material falls on feet. Hazard, the most common injured would suffer from falling object, a bruising, fractures, strains, and sprains. The object that commonly fell from large items such as roof, truss, and steel beams to small items such as fractures and small hand tool from falling or from falling very far. 3.1 Perform this assessment. You can refer this slide. Likelihood of occurrence. Likelihood, most likely, example, the most likely result of the hazard event being released. Likelihood, possible, as example, has a good chance of occurrence and is not unusual. Likelihood, conceivable, example, might be occur of sometime in future. Likelihood, remote, has not been known to occur after many years. Likelihood, inconceivable, example, is practically impossible and has never occurred. Severity of hazard. Severity, catastrophic, example, numerous fatalities, irrecoverable property damage, productivity. Severity, fatal, approximately one single fatality, major property damage if hazard is released. Severity, serious, example, not fatal injury, permanent disability. Severity, minor, example, disabling but not permanent injury. Severity, negligibly, example, minor abrasions, bruises, cut, first aid type injury. 3.3 Determines Litigation regarding hazard. 8 Acta 1967 years, Section 40, contraction of machinery, all machinery and every part thereof, including all fitting and attachment, shall be of sound construction and sound material, free from defect, and suitable for the purpose, and shall be properly maintained. Acta 1966
7 years. Section 15. 50. 50 dangerous. Part of machinery, every dangerous part of any machinery shall be structurally fenced, anchored. It is it is in such a possession of all of such construction as to be as safe to every person, employee or working on or entering into the premise as it was be if securely fenced. Provided that so far as the safety, a dangerous part of any machinery cannot, by reason of the nature of the operation, be securely by means of fixed guide. The requirement of this section shall be deemed to have been complete, which if a device is provided which automatically prevent the operator from coming or being brought into contact with that part. Penalty: any person who contravenes section 31, subsection 34(1), 36(1), 38(1), and 39(1) shall be guilty of offence. A shall on conviction be released to a fine not exceeding Rm 100 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years or 2 boards. 2. Any person who contravenes any other provision of this Acta or any regulation made under this Acta for which contravention no penalty is expressly provided shall be guilty of an offence and shall, on conviction, be liable to fine not exceeding 50 or 2 imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year or 2 boards. Implication: all employers will be careful in performing the works and tasks given to avoid fine, and all the work done will be more tidy and regular according to the law.
4.0 Proposal of hazard control. 4.1 Type of hazard control: elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control, PPE. Elimination is often cheaper and more practical to eliminate hazard at the design or planning stage of a product, process, or place used for work. In this early phase, there is greater scope to design out hazard on incorporate risk control measures that are compatible with the original design and functional requirement. For example, remove trip hazard on the floor or dispose of unwanted chemicals. Substitution: it is not reasonably practical to eliminate the hazard and associated risk. You should minimize the risk. For example, today the danger associated with the asbestos are well known, and there are numerous alternatives to asbestos products currently on the market, including cellulose fiber, thermoset plastic flower, or polyurethane foams. Replacing solvent-based paint with water-based one is also a better alternative. Number 3. Engineering control as a control measure that is physical in nature, including a mechanical device or process. For example, this can be done through the use of machine guard, effective ventilation system, and setting work rates on a roster to reduce fatigue. 4. Administrative control: work methods or procedures that are designed to minimize exposure to a hazard. Establish appropriate procedures and safe work practice, such as limit exposure time to a hazard dose, thus so that fewer employees are exposed. Routine maintenance and housekeeping procedures, training on hazard and correct work method and use sign to warn people of a hazard. Number 5. PPE or more detailed personal protective equipment. Provide suitable and properly maintained PPE and ensure employers are trained in its proper use. Examples include gloves, earplug, face mask, hard hats, gloves, aprons, and protective eyewear. PPE limits exposure to harmful effect of a hazard, but only if workers wear and use the PPE correctly. 4.2 Hazard control proposal. Number 1. Hazard finger can be injurious. How to elimination: identify a task or process that require direct hand involvement and explore options to make them hands-free. Substitution. Wear thickest glove and be careful during the binding process. Engineering control. Keeping workers safe. That's planning and training. Companies with good safety record not only provide the right tool for the job, they also have appropriate safeguard around sharp objects, moving parts, and automated machine. Administrative. Attend training safe work procedures in order to avoid any danger occurring during metal bending rolling process. Personal protective equipment (PPE). Wear thicker glove. Number 2, hazard mapping. Elimination. Assess your environment. Identify potential hazard in your daily life, such as a poor ergonomy at work or home, heavy lifting, or awkward posture. Substitution. Mechanical assistance. Whenever possible, use mechanical aids such as dollies, carts, or forklift to move heavy objects instead of lifting them manually. Engineering control. Redesign tool to enable natural posture. Administrative. Require that heavy loads are only lifted by 2 people to limit force exertion. Personal protective equipment (PPE). Wear good fitting thermal glove to help with condition while maintaining the ability to grasp item easily. Number 3, hazard material falls on feet. Elimination. The preferred solution to all fall hazard is elimination. The reason for exposure to the fall hazard is challenge and evaluate to determine if a change in the procedure, practice, location, or equipment will eliminate exposure to the fall hazard. Substitution. Do not hang object over guard nails. Secure all objects when walking on a elevated surface. Require hard hat and other required personal protective equipment (PPE) for every person in area at risk for falling object. No expectation rope off the area if possible where fall or drop hazard may exist. Engineering control. Place net or some type of protective barrier above ground level workers if there is continuous work being performed above a work area. Another engineering control is the use of titters or anchors for tools and objects that are being used on a higher work level. This limit the object from falling. Administrative. Example of administrative control for fall protection include workplace policies and procedures to manage work ahead, including safe work practice, emergency rescue procedures, weather monitoring, etc., warning lines, train and supervise staff to not cross warning line or enter unsafe zones. Personal protective equipment (PPE) for protecting of feet and leg from falling or rolling object, sharp object, molten metal, hard surface, and wet, slippery surface. Workers should use appropriate foot guard, safety shoes, or boot and leggings. Leggings protect the lower leg and feet from molten metal or welding parts. 4.3 Hazard Control Plate. Risk Control. 4.3.1 Risk Control Proposal. Date 30 September 2023, 9 a.m. PIC, Hazim and Hidayat. 4.3.2 Risk Control Implementation. 5 June 2023 to 13 p.m. Aiman Katadah and Hazmi, PIC. 4.4 Cost related to hazard control implementation. Number 1, equipment, glove. Quantity 120. Unit price RM 2 ringgit. Total RM 214 ringgit.
5.0 Closing Plan. 5.1 High Rate Monitoring Schedule. Post Audit Monitoring. 5.1 Revisit Hazard. Timeline 20 September 2023, 10 a.m. Once a week. Checking and examining the previous work related hazard. Create a report on probable hazard. Once a month. Inspection of PPE condition and maintenance. Reminding all employer on safety awareness. 5.2 High Rate Post Audit Checklist. You can refer at tables.